with Greenleaf Greenscapes. We're located basically out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, a little south, about 10 minutes. We cut grass, do a lot of municipal work, cutting road ditches. We operate 4 John Deere tractors, smaller 6 Series, 120 horse, 110 horse. We have those for the ditches anyway, so our boss wanted a way to utilize them all winter. Tractors are super maneuverable, easy to operate, easy to see. So we mounted some blades on the front. We started with that for a couple years, and then we ran across a ShadowBlade. Thought it might be a good idea. I currently operate our only ShadowBlade, but we are picking up our second one. I use it everywhere. We use it for parking lots, warehouse parking lots, smaller business parking lots. It contours well. It's easy on the tractor. It's nice and compact, easy to store. We don't have a lot of room to park the 4 tractors in where we park them. It tucks up really nice behind the tractor. I use it from a big warehouse parking lot to parking lots people hate to plow. And I use it all the time, no matter what. Our big warehouse parking lots, I'll use it from the street in through the driveway. It contours nice, it pulls good. You know, instead of backing out in the street 4 times, I now back out in the street twice. Keeps me out of that traffic. I don't feel like getting hit in a snowstorm. You use the front plow to do like up against the curb, but then you have your ShadowBlade on to be the waist side of the curb, and you wing it away, and it gets me out of them areas to where I can start, you know, keep being productive, get those big straight pushes, get me out of them islands, out of them little areas. You know, it's another 7 feet of blade, I think, outside the tractor, outside my main front push. So I'm probably 17-ish feet wide with the blade down. Gets me out of them areas faster, so I can actually start using the tractor and use it in size and quickness. Instead of the tractor trying to, you know, veer off to the left or the right, you know, my blade's over there pulling the tractor back into my windrow a lot of the times. So that helps, and, you know, I use it as a more or less a cleanup blade. So instead of like, you take like, say I only got my front blade, I only can take 5 feet of that 10-foot plow. Well, now I can move over and try to take 8 feet of it or 9 feet of it, depending on the snowfall. And that little windrow, the ShadowBlade cleans up. I don't have to chase windrows anymore, so I'm constantly moving over. Another thing we found is really nice. We have, like I said, we have warehouses. We have parked semi-trailers all over the place. You know, their biggest complaint about semi-trucks is they can't get under the trailers. They complain about it all the time. You know, that little windrow, they hate that little windrow. With the ShadowBlade, we stick the ShadowBlade underneath the trailer, and we can clear to the kingpin or maybe a little farther. So the truck has the ability to get at least under the trailer and get that trailer weight on it so it can get hooked up instead of fighting empty and try to get tipped underneath that trailer. We basically added 2 larger parking lots from prior ShadowBlade times, and we figured it would take about 3 hours to plow them with a pickup truck, or maybe, you know, 2.5 with the plow with the tractor. You know, it's actually only with the added ShadowBlade, it's actually added a half hour to an hour of my time instead of 2.5 to 3. So it's considerably efficient once you get used to it. With the big blade in the front and the ShadowBlade in the back, I'm about as deep as a parking lot stall, so I can get in and out of like goofy shaped islands where people park and stuff like that. It works really nice.